With behind-the-back dribbles and no-look passes, Staley is the Magic Johnson of Lady Hoops.
I like to throw flashy passes and make it more entertaining because I don't like the stigma of women's basketball is boring, so I like to add a little flash.
Wow, that was basketball legend, and legend is the word, Dawn Staley on CBS Sunday Morning. That was back in 1997, guys. Staley is a 3-time Olympic gold medalist, 6-time WNBA All-Star, and Naismith Basketball Hall of Famer as a player and a coach, thank you very much. As head coach of the South Carolina Gamecocks, she's a 3-time national champion. Her new memoir, I love this title, is Uncommon Favor. Basketball, North Philly, My Mother, and the Life Lessons I Learned from All Three. It's a great book, great title. And we are so excited that you're here, Coach.
Thank you.
And legend. You got me with the first line because it says, I was made for basketball. Basketball allowed me to travel to an imaginary place where everything felt good. Everything felt right. My skin fit. My soul sang, I love the game with my whole heart. I love your passion for this game. Tell us why, where.
I mean, growing up in the projects in North Philly, you're either going to have a life of whatever that community is, or you can choose a life of sports. And I chose sports, and I chose sports so much that I absolutely loved like what it gave me. It gave me confidence. It gave me competitiveness. It gave me perseverance because I was the only girl in my neighborhood playing.
Yes.
And I had no alternative motives, and I just fell in love with basketball.
With the game.
And I never cheated on it. Like,
And you
to
still
this
love
day.
the game. You said that North Philly is your superpower, and I have to talk about your mom, Miss Estelle, for a second, because I fell in love with your mom, Miss Estelle. When you were growing up, you felt uncomfortable with recruiters coming to your home in the projects, and your mother said to you, never be ashamed of where you come from because you can inspire others to achieve, to do things they didn't think that they could do.
You know what? I thought where I grew up was sacred. I really did. From people on the outside looking in, they would only see probably an impoverished community where I felt like it was the grandest. So I didn't want everybody coming into my community because of what they probably thought of the community.
Yes.
When you're in a community, you're like, I have everything that I need, like everything, and probably more because the odds are stacked against you.
Yes.
But you know that the people that are in the community, and we have chosen ones in the community. I was one of the chosen ones where they take care of you.
They protect
make sure,
you.
yeah, they protect you.
Yeah.
They make sure you're not doing the things that you're not supposed to be doing. So I felt it was sacred. It wasn't more so I was ashamed. It was more so you have to be from this neighborhood to really understand the full meaning of it.
Yeah.
And everybody can't get that. My mother probably took it as I was ashamed of it, but I really wasn't. I actually didn't want anything to happen to them either because they were strangers to the neighborhood.
I loved also reading about your mother. Tell us what would happen if she would come home and there was a sink full of dirty dishes.
God.
What was it about her
Oh my
parenting
God.
style that made you who you are?
One, my mother was probably the cleanest person. She cleaned houses for other people. So she wasn't going to come home with a sink full of dishes. Now, it was 5 of us living in the house. Each of us had a week to wash the dishes. Whoever's turn it was to wash the dishes didn't wash the dishes the night before. And if they didn't, there was HE double hockey sticks to pay. Right?
Old school.
Yes. Every single dish, every single glass, and we didn't use paper plates back then. It was dishes. Like real china. Break everything.
She would throw it on the floor.
Yes, and then leave it for you to clean up. But my mother was a disciplinarian. Like she was one that it was her way or the highway. And I grew up, you know, you're only supposed to fear one person as God, but I feared my mother because she wanted things done a certain way, and she was preparing us for
life.
Yeah, for life, outside of the confines of her house. If you can abide by her rules, you're gonna be able to abide by anybody's rules.
It sounds how your players describe you. Don wants things a certain way. Now, you've been outspoken about social justice and equity, equality, all of these things that some coaches will stay away from. But in this book, you take us into the locker room, into some of those uncomfortable conversations. Why do you feel like it was important to have those conversations?
It's important to have those conversations because they aren't being had. Like I am one that I've been very blessed by pay equity, not blessed in that I fought for it. It's not going to just come to you. It's not going to just come to you. You actually have to approach them with, you know, what you think your worth is.
Knowing your worth.
Knowing your worth. And once you know your worth, you're unafraid to speak on what you think it is, whether they believe so or not. Fortunately for me, I worked at a university in the athletics department that listened. You know, I know it probably wasn't the most popular thing to do.
Right.
But sometimes you have to do the unpopular right thing.
And stand at the front lines.
You said you want to stand your ground doing the right thing, but to follow up on Nate's, when you're talking about uncomfortable conversations, when your team was accused of being overly physical, criticized, you took exception with that and went after the press, which was ridiculous. But I love that you said, maybe sometimes the media has trouble in covering black people, and maybe what they should do is stick with the facts. I thought that was a very powerful statement, Dawn, to say.
It is. Here's when anybody's upset or anybody disagrees with anything that you believe in, you can stick to the facts. And there are going to be some emotions about what's taking place.
Right.
Once you get over the emotional part of it, and you turn it over to the facts. The facts are the facts, and they will speak to whatever it is that, no matter what you disagree with or agree with, the facts remain the same.
Can I just say 3 of Coach Staley's rules? 24-hour rule: when you lose, pout, moan, move forward. Don't let adversity define you, let it build you. I love that. Believe in the power of habits, feed goodness, feed the good ones, and starve the toxic ones.
That's right. Dawn Staley, thank you so much. You're an absolute legend on and off the court. We appreciate you leading the way in so many ways. Uncommon Favor is on sale now, and tomorrow night, watch Coach Staley on the WNBA Tip-Off Show live at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, followed by a primetime matchup between the Chicago Sky and the Indiana Fever. That's only on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.